football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. Play action. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Stafford. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of one. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down. Corner right there on the coverage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points.
He's got a man complete. Fighting through. He's got space. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Demaryius Thomas. His fourth touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game. Opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. He's got his man. This is Tate. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Throwing on third down. Stafford. Tate's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. On the draw play, Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and 12, Stafford, man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. But look at the numbers for Coleman in last week's game. 20 carries, 82 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Stafford on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ito Smith, his first carry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. He's picked off near his own 48. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, it had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. They go play action here on first down. This one caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. That's complete to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. How can they continue to feed off that? So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Manning now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10, and he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Manning looking middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limp this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll run with Smith. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Coleman now. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Ito Smith heading back out with the rest of his offensive crew. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. On play action, it's Manning. Flushed out right. It's caught by Garcon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And a stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over the starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season.
Hey, wahoo! Let's go, fight!
From the 31, Manning to the right side and complete to Hurst. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Manning now closing in on a 200-yard 1st half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone now. Manning. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Just like that. Let's go.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready.
They'll come out in the pistol. Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Recon, 132 fighter. 2.
To throw is Manning. The quick slant caught. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. So we have reached halftime with it. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Up and over. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Manning. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Manning now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down. Now Ito Smith, and he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays and stay with the overall essence of the running game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 21. Manning now on 1st down. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They get the all-pro guard there, Quentin Nelson. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working from the gun, Manning. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Manning. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Pierre Garçon with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Smith, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the gun, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At 27-yard line.
They will run again with Coleman. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back now in Baltimore. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Goodwin able to haul it in. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Here we go. Here we go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. From the red zone now, Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stanford. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And the return will stop it well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Charles, you said the mag number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd down, Smith, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted.
Now a hit and a loose football. You know, it's great to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro wide receiver. Those guys get all the endorsements. But we've seen a lot of guys carve out a great career as a special teams ace.
And it's one of the most important parts of the game. We can talk offense and defense all we want, but the 3rd phase, special teams, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And how about the big play created?
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
It's an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Eli Manning with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic.
You gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. and Stafford is sacked. Matt Judon in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Smith. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They go back to the ground with Smith. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. This throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Now Stafford drops it off for Coleman. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Here's Stafford.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
25 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think...
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Golden Tate, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. Now Stafford.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Well, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll make it third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And Charles by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary.